Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News update apo patinodai kupai first hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So muzuva ranhasi tine nhaurwa yakanyorwa naamai mini Baloyi Chiwenga. So nhauwa huru yatauya nayo richazonga tichikuverengerai then tozokuendesai kune makomboredhi edu zvimwe zvezvinhu zviri kuitika muri yeZimbabwe. Nhauwa yatati munyatsi kuiona ndeiyi iri panapa. Iyi tichazokuverengerai zvese zvakanyorwa but pane pakanyorwa kunzi plot against you and their evil schemes never succeed. Rekezeni pautangise futi plot against you and their evil schemes never succeed. Ndi Vice President Assassinate Chiwenga vanga vari kutaurwa apa namai mine Baloyi Chiwenga kuti vari kuplota oro vari kuda kuzama nepaunogona napo kuti vange vachikuassasinatai hazvife zvakaitika muri yeZimbabwe. Ndozvokutaura namai mine Baloyi Chiwenga. Sezvo tiri kuona kuti marimwe zuro raiwa birthday raVice President Assassinate Chiwenga apo patakaona pawakapiwa cake because makeke akauya akawanda but mamwe wakamarasa because zvinonetsa. Ndosaka muri kuona rikufamba nemvura yawo nechichi chimwe koda munhu ari kutonyora kuti rekezeni pakutidzokeredze futi plot against you and their evil schemes never succeed. Vanhu vaya nemakeke haungambomatambiri azviite izvozvo muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa tichaverenga peNew Zimbabwe apa then tozoverenga rekeze tange kuti kuverenga paamai mini Baloyi Chiwenga. Birthday chef muntu wami, I have seen you grow to become a great man, a statesman, a devoted Christian, a committed husband, a loving father and grandfather. May the Almighty God continue to guide you and protect you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. It's Numbers 16 verse 24-26 and NKJV and minute NKJV parkunze chikwama. May you see the Mapisa Rema 23 verse 13. May those who plot against you, their evil schemes never succeed. Muri yeZimbabwe ndofunga tikuona panapa ndo zvawanyora. Regedzei tidzoke paNew Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe second lady Mnangagwa Baloyi Chiwenga has wished Vice President Assassinate Chiwenga a happy 7th day, sharing a heartfelt message combined by Bible verses including Mapisa Rema 21 verse 11 which she quoted. May those who plot against you and their evil schemes never succeed. Tiri kuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe ndo mamira zvakaita. Regedzei tiende kune nhauwa yaNashoni Mnangagwa tione kuti chii chiri kuitika. Tozokuendesei kune makomboredhi mamwe tinawo pano tichikuzivisai kuti chii chiri kuitika muno munyika yeZimbabwe. Pano ndo donzo redu rekuti tinge tichikuzivisai kuti chii chiri kuitika muno munyika yeZimbabwe. Ndira kuti ndiuye kumusoro kunoko. Tiri kuona injini yaShoni ndo ari kugadzirisa maflats aya. Tine urombo vanhu vanogona kufara zvavo nekuita sei but tine urombo yekutoti maflats akanogona kupera utanga utonza kutobhadhariswa paya. Chimwe zvinogona kuitika muri yeZimbabwe zvinhu zvakafanana nezvozvo ende zvinotoitika muno munyika yeZimbabwe. Zvinotoitika because igepe rekungoitirana utsinye chete ndo zvinenge zvingoripo zvongoitirana utsinye mweya usina kana nani anoziva. Tira kuti tiende pane nhauwa ndiri kutsvaga muri yeZimbabwe ndiri kuratidzai panapa yaShoni Mnangagwa. Tiri kuona panapa engineer Colin. So tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa kunzi God forgive Zimbabweans where a two is fooled. No one has shown the inside toilets ceilings and muri yeZimbabwe anenge ari kugadzira kunze chichi chimwe but zviri nani. Tinoti zviri nani kunyina wemaflats ari kugadzirwa ekumbari. Tinoti zviri nani toti zviri nani. Hatizoshori muri yeZimbabwe because at least nyange zvakagadzirwa zvekunze muri yeZimbabwe zvakagadzirwa zvekunze hatirambi. Zvapana kana kuti hanzi atsunyarwa zvitori nani because akatoshandisa nyange iri yenyika but akambofunga kutoti kumbari kwakusingachaiti kana zvinogara kumbareka munhu anobva atofunga, munhu akatoti nyangwe bhebhi nyangwe mufesi cheche runyenga akati ndogara kumbare unogona kutorambiwa nhauwa iyoyo nhauwa because nyangwe uchigara kunhu kwakanaka ka munhu akangoti kumbare chete anobva atokufunga tsvina dziri kumaflats nechiinda masuweji kusina mahwindo zvichimake sense. munoona manga maflats aya unoona glenview nechichimwaya akangodaro maflats akanaka aya nechichimwaya razia nekumbare kumbare nyangwe azonze kunana Joburg kuwana kune maflats akasviba chimwe azombosviki pa extend tiri kuona pana bandi muri kuona maflats aya chimwe at least zvinani handi muri kuona zvinani than zvazviri ndofunga dai kwakunze mapictures acho taimaona maona kuti zvazviri ama1 ndona watatira kuzivisa mhuri yeZimbabwe kutoti Shoni Mnangagwa. So tiri kuona panapa pari kunyorwa kunzi Mnangagwa battles our soldiers to an extent of picking up papers yet he is busy legally raping our constitutional mhuri yeZimbabwe. Zvinazvomira zvakanaka ma1 cheche ndofunga tiri kuona masoja akunhongeswa mapepa chichi kana paine mashefu kaona kwachitonhongeswa mapepa chicho tongoitwa yese chimwe apakaipa zvinhu zvacho ma1 chaiche ona mukuona bhutsi yakacheta hazvizonyatsa kuoneka bhutsi yakatsemuka apa pakatsemuka kuti mwe ani muri kuona zvinazvotombomira zvakanaka. So mhuri yeZimbabwe ndomamira zvakaita takuti tidzi makomboredi tinawo pano tonzwa kuti zvakamira 1-1 tokusiye muchinzwa makomboredi watinawo pano tokuudze kuti zvakamira sei zaiti daiso panapa tione kuti chii chiri kutora nzvimbo vari kuda zvekutaurire makomboredi kana kuti havazi kuda.
In South Africa and we foreigners work for them. Cyril has already finished his job. The man is already humanering there. So by the end of the day, to say that, we support, or maybe they support because politics is about bread and butter issues. And when you withdraw those people, you make them your subjects because you've actually induced poverty within a society. And once you induce poverty, you can control that poverty. And you can become the master of that person. Marriages that happen, children, it happens, even families. These are tried and tested methods which are actually known. And when politics manipulates and start using those tried and tested methods, people just follow because they are compliant. They don't have a voice. They are afraid. If they're told to support, they will support. If they're told to run, they will run. But if there's no strategy, to say, look here, these parliamentarians are just, are making us accept everything. It's up to the citizen now to say, look here, we've got to have a stand and we've got to have a final say. And that requires unity. And now to be up to the citizens now to say, for a common purpose, we need to unite for this. It is up to the citizens who are in South Africa and who are out of South Africa to say, where we are going, it's said that we all go together. Because we're going to be divided, or it's said that we go to the next port of call. Because Zimbabwe is not palatable to us. As much as you saying that, there is no strife in Zimbabwe by those who are actually enjoying, as much as there will be no strife in a place where civil war, and those who are actually speaking to that are the enemies, and those who are actually inducing the civil war, they will tell you, no, there's no civil war. So it's such a scenario in Zimbabwe whereby those who are actually enjoying and those who support those who are in power and those who actually enjoy the limelight of actually basking in the shadows of those who are in power, they'll tell you that there's nothing like that, which is the fallacy, which is the Varakashis who come here and tell you everything that they want to tell you. And after they abuse you, or after they tell you whatever they tell you, or after they pacify you, they leave each and every one of you maybe probably divided. But because they have given you access to something, you end up seeing them as if though they are far much better. Yet these are your resources. No politician has ever brought resources and actually thrown them in Zimbabwe and say, these resources are coming out of ZANU-PF's, this gold is coming out of ZANU-PF's pocket. None. No politician has ever done. Even ZANU-PF does not even hold the title deeds actually to the country. That's a fact. We know that. ZANU-PF is just an entity which is just like a child, or just like you and me, as we are entities. which runs an idea, as much as it's a company, it's an entity. And it being an entity, it actually contains so many things which are, what can I say, which are masqueraded as actually things which are supposed to be normal. Masquerading violence as if it's normal to the guy who is in the opposition. Masquerading disenfranchisement, to opportunities and privileges because we are not even supporting it. It does that. That's what ZANU-PF does. And should you oppose that, the unleashing of violence and the unleashing of terror upon you. So by the end of the day now, these ones who are coming out from South Africa, who have actually been enjoying this, can ZANU-PF create the number of jobs of the, as the people who have come out of South Africa? Those are questions that it needs to ask itself. If it has failed to create jobs for all these entities that it has created, like the 4EDs, can it manage to create the jobs for those ones in from South Africa? It won't. So it will be the right thing, it will be their right for the people in South Africa to say, listen, you created this situation. And you parliamentarians also seconded this situation. It's either the parliamentarians have got to help the people to rise, or we here in South Africa have got to rise and actually start approaching home and saying, this we can't actually accept. If it means that we call for international support, and if it means that, we've got actually to project whatever is happening to the international community, then let it be so as such, because even our liberation struggle was projected actually to the international community. So what is there to apologize for? When we know that this is a politician born and bred of a woman, but yet this man actually wants to put his own will upon ourselves so that he can manipulate our destinies. We have to rise by the end of the day. We have actually to speak to the powers that be and tell them, no, you can't actually do this. This land doesn't belong to you. The resources don't belong to you. All you have done is that we gave you the trust to say, you are able to do right by these things, and so that we can benefit out of them. So if we don't rise, for instance, are we going to finish this perpetual cycle of people jumping borders and going to South Africa and trying to hide it so that they can actually have a slice of bread and tea? These are things that we need to ask ourselves. Must we beg? No, we can't beg. So where are we supposed to go? It's either we go forward and we die once and for all, or we just renege this process and let them take the country and then let it be their country. And then they become now your rulers, the oligarchs who rule you forever and ever, and they become kings like the way they want to become. But if citizens actually organize themselves, where parliamentarians have failed, and we have people of valor, we can take back our country without any apology, without even apologizing. If there are issues of trust, which means, we're going to act in silos, or we shall have, those ones who rise actually to lead and we can actually continue to go forward. For us to die so many times and keep on apologizing to say that, no, so and so can kill me, so and so. Because if you don't want to form and actually provide security, which is relevant to have your activism amplified, then it means whoever shall rise can actually ask the citizens who are actually disenfranchised and who know the taste of freedom to protect them. That is what is actually that we might end up seeing. And this is what is going to arise out of this situation. Because to let the people go there alone, we don't know what is going to happen there. We don't know where they're going to sleep, where they're going to stay, and what is going to be said, and how their spirits are going to be broken against their will. But we know that, they can't tolerate that situation. And it's high time that we actually unite and actually start fighting this animal. Be it CAP 3, be it ED, and these lackeys. Because what they are doing is only a thing of their own making, not that what has been agreed upon, because they are refusing to follow a legislated procedure within the Constitution. So when the people decide to do that, and when you talk sense to them, what is left? You have to rise. And should they kill you, are we supposed to apologize to take them to the international courts? Which our parliamentarians have failed, because being incarcerated without any guilt that you've committed, you're afraid of the system when you just go and sit and actually watch it there. So many of the parliamentarians, I mean, sometimes I ask myself and say, you have been arrested, you have been arrested, you have been arrested, and you have not been charged. There are no charges. I mean, what's going on? And you can't actually take this government to court, even to an international court, to say, no, there is abuse in this government. These are quick things that we have to question the parliamentarians to say, why are you in parliament if you can't act against such a government and actually block the abuses that is actually perpetrating upon the people, upon the country? By the end of the day, there's some action that you're actually supposed to do. And for me to trust you by the end of the day, if you are failing to act for yourself, how do I actually trust you if you can accept your own incarceration and I as an individual, listen, I'm trying to call this man. And I as an individual is going to be abused in the same way and in the same manner. How do I actually continue to do that? Guys, can somebody continue? I just need to take this call. It's actually persisting.
Why toilet ya blocker janitor? Sorry.